Okay, hello guys. Now, as usual, it's morning. It's actually it's 7th of March, 2022, and as usual, very early in the morning, we have to look at the insights of the different assets and how they're going to be transpiring for the rest of the day, and also probably for the rest of the week as we're beginning our week. So, first of all, let's just look at Bitcoin and we'll see how far it's going. Then later we shall move on to the other assets like forex pairs, then also I think commodities. So first of all, let's first look at Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, I will start with 12-hour interval. Holding the 12-hour interval, you can see that Bitcoin is going down. So for the rest of the day, we shall be having Bitcoin still falling. Yes, actually still falling. It might be almost experiencing a major fall probably today in the evening or tomorrow, probably after a period of about 24 hours or 12 hours. So we shall be experiencing kind of a very big fall. That is if because now you've seen in 12 according to the middle system, it's actually transitioning to the middle system, and once 18 crosses here, we shall see a very big fall into more downtrends. So we're expecting more downtrends to come probably for a couple of hours, per 12 hours and above, up to 24. We are still expecting a downtrend. So that said, we can go ahead and look at also in small time intervals, like intervals of 8 hours. First of all, if you see in 8 hours, okay, Bitcoin has just crossed 18, has just crossed 20 crossed. I don't know, they just rejected him, but probably 22. If 22 crosses and he's allowed or given an entry here, we shall see a major fall as we continue into a downtrend. So this downtrend is actually still on, probably for the rest of the week. For the rest of the week, yes. Okay, so also in 8-hour interval, we are going down. We have a solid market. All the waves are in red, and then also we have our zigzags, 60 and also 100 having red, meaning that they are representing a downtrend. So we're just waiting for this zigzag, probably 38 and zigzag around 7 also to give a red, meaning that they will be they are actually the major factor why it's not moving so much down. By in a couple of hours, they will be also turning into red, and they will be giving him a more entry to the downtrend. So anyways, now that said, let's move on. Let me put this. I've just entered the trend, but I just wanted to cross in about +7, so I just put a take profit of 10%, so it will be closing. But that said, let's just continue. Now 8 done, let's go to 4. People who are working in 4-hour interval, we are still going down, but yeah, we still have a couple of people who have not crossed. Probably 24 has already crossed. Oh no, now something different is actually happening in 4 hours. We have the zigzag in red, meaning that, and the resistance, these two are pulling us, or pushing us back up into kind of a small uptrend, or we can call it a resistance towards the downtrend, which is kind of course represented here. Zigzag in the 4-hour interval, the trend has finished on the middle part system. It's now transitioning to the big part system, and as we said, according to our strategy, whenever we have a transition from one system to another, there will be kind of a resistance that will be pushing you up back into a negative trend. So if you are going into downtrend and you meet this resistance, it will be pushing you back up into a slight uptrend that would probably will be resolving in a couple of hours, 4 to 8 hours, it will be resolving, and we shall be able to see this 4 zigzag here. I mean the 100 zigzag in 4 hour interval, turning back into red and also giving us a red flag to move, I mean a green flag to move into a more downtrend. So we're hoping for that by the end of 8 hours. So here we have a 40 has already crossed. He's actually crossed from here. I gave you an entry, that's why he made this. So people who entered this trend probably made a lot of money, around 60 to 100%. Personally, I made the 60% out of this. And we have Aaron 42 also been crossing here. I don't know whether he has been given an entry. Yes, he has been given an entry, but he has some other factors that are holding him through and not pushing the trend back into a downtrend as we are expecting. So we're expecting somebody else here to cross. So 42 cross, now we're waiting for 44 to cross, and if he's given a green light here, he will be pushing us back, I mean more into a downtrend. So let's look at 2 hours. I know some of you are using 2 hours. Looking at 2 hours, 2 hours is actually almost doing the same thing as 4 hours. You kind of have a resistance in the zigzag 100 is actually pushing them up, but I think hopefully in a couple of hours, probably 4 to 8, just like I said, hours, it will be agreeing back and also giving us a green light into a downtrend by the end of the day, of course. Let's go ahead and also see in 1 hour what we have. So as per now, you have to first wait to enter, because you have probably now people who are doing in 1 hour, we had a red zigzag red 60 zigzag 100 bring a green 60. They are all in green, meaning that they are anticipating an impression of a small uptrend, just like we said. But this small uptrend might not last for probably more than 8 hours. So we're expecting this zigzag green 100 being in green to turn back into red and also push back us into a downtrend by the end of the day. So anyway, we shall be reviewing again in a couple of hours, probably 8 to 12 hours, to see how it will be transpiring, whether it has made a different change or it has made the real change that we are anticipating. So let's go ahead and see in 30 minutes. People who are in 30 minutes actually experiencing a little bit of an uptrend. They have an infiltration down here that is actually making that uptrend. Now for now, they're just praying that they have this infiltration of green infiltration moving into the second tier. So if you have 2 bars here, green on the second step and green on the first step, it will be making a very good uptrend in 30 minutes. So if you go ahead and as you go down, you will find that this downtrend is actually the infiltration of an uptrend is taking on toll. Like in 15 minutes, it's already on the second step. So if you go probably to 10 minutes, you will find that it's already on the third step, just like I'm saying here. So the downtrend, I mean the uptrend, I've already experienced it more in 10, 15, and also I think 5 minute intervals. So they have already experienced an uptrend, though not that big, but at least it was enough to cross into to the small system. You can see, I mean to the middle system where we had 8 crossing. So 8 has just crossed here, and we're anticipating that more arrows are going to be crossing. Their green lines are going to be crossing to the upper section, and we shall see more of an uptrend here. Okay, so let's guide. I think that's enough. People were in 5, a very small uptrend. Hopefully that it will be taken on till, but as we saw in 12 hours almost dictates what's going to be happening for a couple of more hours to come, probably a full day. So if 12 is in green and 18 green, we are not expecting this uptrend to take on a serious changes. So it's just kind of you can just consider it as a price action gaining momentum to turn back into a downtrend. So let's go back and see. That's Bitcoin side. Forex has just opened. We can just choose a Euro USD or the most common ones. Let's start with Euro USD being the most common. For today, its volume is at 500 maximum, but normally you find it at 1000. The spread is good, 0.5, 0.4, very good spread, and it's in a pure downtrend. Pure downtrend. This is a pure downtrend. Okay, so being in a pure downtrend, oh my god, it's really going down. We have zigzag 3080. This is actually zigzag 7. Also in red line, meaning that it has given you a downtrend. Zigzag 38 in red. Zigzag who else? Zigzag 100 in red. Zigzag 60 in red. All zigzags are in red, and on top of that, they are supported by a solid market that is also in red. And so that shows that in a couple of hours to go, probably for almost half, or if not more than half of the day, Euro USD is still going down, still going for a downtrend. So there's no way you can just pop up and say Euro USD is going for an uptrend. Which uptrend? I don't see any uptrend here. This is a full downtrend. So Euro USD, we say that for today we shall be doing on a downtrend. So please, for people who are dealing with Euro USD today, do on a downtrends. Okay, let's go for forex. I mean Audi USD. That was Audi Euro USD. Let's go for Audi USD. Now Audi USD. Now I want it to be in probably 4, and I think let me just change it from here. Audi USD in 12-hour interval. Oh my god, Audi USD in 12-hour interval. We are heading for a uptrend. A concrete uptrend. And if I say that, I mean it, meaning that to see Audi USD turning into a downtrend, it's gonna take us more than 24 hours. So probably in a couple of between 8 to 12 hours, we shall be heading over into a more aggressive uptrend for Audi USD. The market is solid in green. Zigzag is solid in green. You can see zigzag 100 is in green, zigzag 60 is in green, zigzag 30 something is in green. The market is solid in green, so there's no way we can have a downtrend there in 12 hours, probably in 8 hours. Let's see what's happening in 8 hours. It is still a solid market in 8 hours, and we hope also heading for an uptrend. Let's see in 4 hours. It is still a solid market, though now you have around zigzag 7 coming in, telling you that we could be experiencing a very small downfall, but hopefully once the market is solid, this zigzag here 7 will be bringing another green to support that market and heading over into a more uptrend. So let's look at something else, which is Audi JAP, which is actually my favorite. It's the best currency pair that you can ever trade in. It's very stable and very calm. Okay, for Audi USD, we have a solid zigzag in green. That's an impression for an uptrend, and also I think 60 is in green, an impression for an uptrend, but 38 zigzag is actually in red. And that's a very important factor to consider, because 38 is kind of big. His change might be felt, though the market is in red. So if the market is in red, remember the ultimate changer is the market. So if the market doesn't support this 38, we are still going into an uptrend. Trust me, that's Audi JAP. So let's go for GBP JAP. Oh my god, GBP JAP is actually heading for a downtrend, though it has this 7 holding it back, but I don't think this 7 is strong enough, because we have a solid market that's gonna be turning it to red again, and we shall be heading for a solid downtrend in a couple of probably 8 to 12 hours. So let's go ahead and also analyze another one, USD JAP. Most people have USD JAP. USD JAP is actually doing something very different. Oh my god, USD JAP has already brought a zigzag 100 being in green, meaning that it has stopped this downtrend and to be heading for an uptrend. Who is supporting him? It's only 7 that is actually supporting him. We see zigzag. This is probably zigzag 38 being in still in red, supporting a downtrend. Who else? And I also think that also zigzag a 60 is actually here, also supporting a downtrend. So we're hoping that these guys are gonna be changing to green to support the zigzag 100 into an uptrend, or zigzag 100 changing to red to support these guys, this pair which is USD JAP into a more downtrend. So I think we shall have to analyze this again as time goes on, also changes take toll. So as per now, it's just a 50-50. Let's see. The last pair, let me just analyze USD CHF. Okay, USD CHF, it's kind of confusing, but it has 60 and also 100 zigzags in red, solid red. Okay, the only person that is actually not agreeing with them is zigzag 38. Hopefully he will be bringing a red here to agree with them to continue in a more downtrend. So that said, we can also try to analyze. Let me see if stocks have already opened. Stocks not yet opened. They will be opening in 8 hours. Once they open, we shall go ahead and analyze them. Let me see commodities. Commodities have already opened. Let's talk about gold. Oh my god, gold is heading in a clear uptrend. In a very clear uptrend. So for today, gold is gonna be holding on into its uptrend. I don't think it has plans of coming back down. Let me check in 8 hours and see. In a couple of 8 hours, gold is still going up. In a couple of 4 hours, gold is still up according to the solid market, but it has somebody which is 7 and 38 pulling him down. I don't know how much they're going to be sticking onto that, but they are actually pulling him down as per now. So taking the 12-hour picture, the gold is going to be staying up probably for a couple of 8 to 12 hours. So we shall maybe probably analyze again and see how the changes have transpired, whether it's there's a possibility of so. But even if it is a possibility, that will probably happen tomorrow morning or the next day. Let's go and see crude oil Brent. What's happening with crude oil Brent? Crude oil Brent is in a solid uptrend. That's in 12 hours analysis. But also we shall see. Let me see in 8 hours what's happening with crude oil Brent. Probably also still in 8 hours is in a concrete uptrend. So in 4 hours he is in a concrete uptrend. So crude oil Brent will be expected to rise, and this is largely due to the Russia-Ukraine tension that is actually increasing. All these, as you know, they have banned all imports of oil and crude oil from Russia, and yet they have been, the European Union have been so much dependent on them for a long time. So once you ban that route or that entry part of the oil and its products, probably we shall be seeing the prices of oil shooting due to a shortage around the global market. Okay, so I think that said, we can also check on I think that's enough. We shall be heading over into another video that will explain more of the zigzag strategy. Remember, my subscribers, don't forget that we had set up the zigzag strategy in our zigzag, of course, a playlist. So right now we shall be for today, the next video today will be explaining how to use that zigzag strategy to enter trends and make profit. So please subscribe, like the video, share, and also make sure that you turn on the notifications so that you can get all updates. So I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.